popsicle sticks and some wooden stakes. I'm going to use these big ones in my big garden beds to classify what I'm planting in each. So one's going to be for edibles or just vegetables, one's going to be for just flowers. So I figured that's what I'm going to do for these. And then these ones are just going to be to individually mark each plant that I'm doing. And I wanted to add cute little designs, so I got all these spring colors, and we're going to use all these to make cute little plant identifiers. I read through all my seed packets, and then I have a separate calendar just for my planting schedule, and then I've written in the dates that I'm going to sow the seeds or plant them outside and also harvest them. I figured I could go ahead and insert some of my favorite books that are plant related. Thank you so much for watching. This would be the perfect one to start off with. It's just on dahlias, so if dahlias are one of your favorite books, this would be a good one to get. This is a great book for beginners. This one is my favorite in fall and winter. This one is like a textbook for organic gardening. It's a good one to reference. This is also a great book if you decide that you want to do things other than vegetables and fruits. Information on like taking care of chickens and ducks and goats and that sort of thing. So if that's your style, then this is a good book to have for that. This is a book if you are interested in seasonal flower arranging. It has absolutely gorgeous, seasonally inspired bouquets. By Pip Waller, and it has 501 recipes for healthy living, green cleaning, and natural beauty. So for example, here's some examples. You can make fabric softeners and throat lozenges and cordials and facial masks. It's a great know-how book to keep in the laundry room or the kitchen. So these are all about making kind of homemade drink remedies and skincare. And it tells you the uses of all the different herbs and what you can use them for in culinary and also home remedies and that sort of thing. This one's a lot of fun. It's Healing with Plants and has just absolutely beautiful illustrations in them. Also one of my favorite kind of reference books when I want to make something fun. The Complete Language of Flowers. Now this is fully illustrated and it's just a fun book that kind of tells you the folklore behind each of the floral arrangements. I don't know, it's just nice to know kind of the background behind some of the flowers. My favorites that I have at home would be all of the ones by Erin Benzakein. If you were to start off with one, unless you're particularly focusing on dahlias, I would choose the cut flower garden because it has the most overall and general approach to cut flower farming or growing. Attainable Sustainable. This is a fairly expensive book. It's written by Chris Bordessa and it's written for National Geographic. It is all about doing things in a sustainable way and a self-reliant way. And it just has broad information about a number of topics and I just absolutely love it. Anything from growing to wool felting to improving your soil to beekeeping to outdoor cooking. It has so many different things in it and I just absolutely love this book. I haven't seen anybody review it and I'm so lucky to have found this book because I am just absolutely in love with this book and I can't wait to put it into use this summer. This is a really helpful book that I have found and I really enjoy this one. It just gives a very broad overview of a bunch of different things and so that is why it's in one of my favorites because this is great for beginners. Finally, I have Everlastings. Everlastings is just about doing things with dried flowers and because I haven't seen many books on this, this is a great book for autumn and winter and you can go ahead and go to your local floral boutique and pick up dried flowers and create these arrangements yourself even if you can't grow flowers at home. I know that this seems out of place, but this is solely a recipe book for salads and gourmet salads. So that being said, if you are growing a lot of veggies in your garden, this is a very helpful book and that's why I included it today.